right? So for the Bitcoin, okay, let's just start with the Bitcoin again. I'm not gonna brag it, but like if you go and watch my stream, I was pretty clear with my update, and I'm gonna follow up on that, and I will try to keep that stream as tiny as I can because there is not much to talk about. I just wanna see my plan to work out and play out. Okay, so what did I talk about in last stream? It was pretty simple. I talked about two things. The first was that I am expecting a rejection from this naked point of control. I'm not taking a shot because I don't think so. This is a very significant level, but I do think that we can see a rejection. These were my exact words. Okay, if you don't believe me, go watch my stream. I can give you the timestamps. These were my exact words, and you can see we ticked the naked point of control, and boom, and now we went down, and there was no really a big confluence. Like you can say there was a 4 hour imbalance, but we take the naked point of control, and that would have been a good shot if we took it. I didn't took it personally because I was not interested. I was interested in catching up a higher move, which of course I'm in a long from my ex. I didn't share it inside the groups. I know I shared the Ethereum and the Solana long, but unfortunately they got stopped out at the break even, and then I longed Solana again, and that got stopped out. The SL was hit. But this Bitcoin long have been doing great. It's been doing wonders. And the strength on the Bitcoin have been just crazy. I just cannot stop talking about the strength I'm seeing on the Bitcoin. If you watch my last to last stream, you will know why I'm targeting this. And it's a pretty interesting stream. And I gave a very philosophical breakthrough. Why do I think that we can like cross the 80K level? But it's just my opinion. Okay, let's see what happens. But the strength you are seeing here, that's a good sign. This is supporting to my plan that we are going higher than the 80K. Okay, I know the 80K is a very big level. I have been talking about the 80K levels again and again. I know, but I just think it is a very good level. I don't want to go in depth, but like equal highs, daily FEG, golden pocket, you got a lot of other shits at that area. Okay, so we rejected from the naked point of control, and we saw a bounce, and now I'm expecting higher simply because again, as long as this structure is intact, there is nothing that can cause Bitcoin to go down. As long as this structure is intact, I am bullish. My invalidation was literally a close below this level. These were my exact words. I said if we close below this level, I am happy to take a short, enter in a short, but we did not, and we are going higher. I do think that we will go higher from here. This inverse here we have is the only enemy of the Bitcoin, and maybe you can see some sort of like this and eventually a breakout, but I don't think so. We are going down on the Bitcoin. The strength is just too good to ignore. Like, despite the war news, you're getting this insane amount of news. Do you really want me to ignore it? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. So, like, there are also news that Iran is not coming to the Pakistan because they don't want to do the negotiation. Blah blah blah. Despite all of that bullshit, the Bitcoin is outperforming the SPX, Nasdaq stock market today. I cannot ignore this. I cannot help just to be in a long. Okay, that's my update on the Bitcoin. I am expecting 85K. You wanna know the reasoning? Watch my prior streams. The naked point of control. Control was my first target. That's where I took the TP on the X. Okay, that's my update. I am expecting higher on the Bitcoin. Let's talk about the Ethereum. Ethereum is pretty similar as the Bitcoin. A bit of better structure, if you ask me. I had a setup turning from 83K. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad. I don't think it's a bad shot. Yeah, I like this 83K shot. Maybe you can make a higher entry towards the 85K because you have the daily imbalance there. And I guess there is CME fill as well, something like that. But yeah, anyways, for me the Ethereum is also very obvious long. Of course, we are maintaining this very very hot 4 hour structure, 4 hour trend line. Not just that, we have also done a breakout of our value area high. So I am overall bullish on the Ethereum. And just to give you more confidence in my this trade, I shared it on the X. In the group, I like to remain in one trade at a time. And most of the time, the trades I share on the X, I don't take all of them, but I try to take all of them, but like not with the full size. Okay, the trades I share inside the group is like the most confident trades I have. So for the Ethereum, okay, the why I'm expecting higher. The first reason is of course I am expecting Bitcoin to go higher, so of course it makes sense that Ethereum will also go higher. That's the first argument. Second argument is that we had this range. We did a breakout of this range, retest. We formed another small range. We did a fake out, and now we have retested this range high again. So what I'm expecting to give you the simple breakthrough, simple, and not just to make it complicated. This was your support. Now it is turned into resistance. So for me to assume that we are going higher, as long as this resistance, this entire range is intact, is valid. Unless we break this range and this trend line, then we can talk about, talking about that Ethereum is going down. But before that, to look for longs is the most obvious thing we can do. And also considering the strength on the Ethereum as well, it's looking good. We are holding the 4 hour, we are holding the support of this range, and we are also above the value area high. We have done a major break of this major range. So yeah, I just cannot help just be in longs. So this would be your major invalidation. If we break the $2,100 zone on the Ethereum, that's where you want to cut off your major longs. But before that, I would be happy to long Ethereum as much as I can. I'm expecting higher. I just hope that Trump does not drop a nuke. Otherwise, we would be good. Otherwise, we would be good. I hope. Is that a VWAP? You talking about that? Yeah, that's a VWAP. So for Ethereum, I have two levels. Okay, I'm gonna be really forward with you because I don't have like Ethereum is a different price action than the Bitcoin. And on the higher time frame, believe me or not, Ethereum is looking much better than the Bitcoin. So I have two levels for the Ethereum. The first of all is this big box. You can see the big box, and the second is this weekly level you see here. Okay, these are my two levels for the Ethereum. This is where I would be looking to take TPs, enter in shorts, etc. But before that, I am bullish on the Ethereum. I would like to see the tap of this box at least, especially this anchored VWAP. This aligns beautifully with our 6 hour imbalance we have here. So yeah, what's the VWAP value on the Bitcoin? VWAP from here, from where? From the highs or the lows? From the lows, we have anchored VWAP around the 71k, so the 72k. And if you're talking about the highs, we can look at it. Yeah, you can see it's around my TP. If I draw it from the all-time high, the anchored VWAP is coming on my TP, and if I draw it from here, it's coming around the 72k level as well. So again, if even if this level gets retested, it's not bad. We are still looking at higher because that's a very strong level. We also have like a 6 hour inverse FEG here as well. So this is a pretty good strong level actually, the 72k level. So if that gets retested, you can potentially even look for the longs as well. But I do think now we are not gonna see that level, and we should just go higher. The one possibility is that we can do something like this: is that we are going higher, retest this 72k level, sweep this, and then eventually go higher. This is one of the possibilities. But again, I would still love to see the prices go higher instead of do all of this retest. Yeah, confluence with C. Yeah, yeah, I love it. I'm not for the Bitcoin. I'm not really that optimist about the CME gap. I think we will go higher towards the weekly level when it comes to the Ethereum, or sorry, the Bitcoin. But for the Ethereum, weekly level, CME, naked point of control, everything is there. So that's a pretty strong level. I love this level. And you can see this was our Christmas range, right? You can see this is a very strong resistance. Okay, this is the resistance from a freaking Christmas range that we all hated. So yeah, that's the level you are looking at to look for major shorts. And if we flip this, then around the 3000, 3200 is the level I would like to take a short from on the Ethereum. But before that, I'm not that much interested. Okay, I mean, if we flip the 2700, then I'm only interested in like 3000 and 3200. Otherwise, I'm not interested. Okay, that's my TA on the Ethereum. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't have much to talk about. As I said, I can talk about the hype, then I can leave. And of course, if you have any chart requests, I would love to do that. But my point of view on the Bitcoin still remains the same. My plan still remains the same, that I am looking for higher, whether it's intraday or anything. So let's talk about the hype. Of course, the first of all, what I love about the hype is that we have done a breakout of this volume profile from the absolute low. That's what I love. Okay, that's beautiful. And we also did a retest. So let me just remove this to make things clear. We are holding up this 4 hour trend, and this is being held so beautifully that I cannot even talk about. Okay, so this is the level where I'm looking to long. because first of all, the 4 hour trend is being respected really well here. Let me just, okay, my bad. Yeah, 4 hour trend is being respected really well. We also have a point 0.5 level where we are bouncing from. We also have a daily level around that. If I show you, yeah, you can see we have a daily level around that. So I'm pretty bullish on the hype, if you ask me, because this channel is also being held. You can see we also have this channel being held. So overall, I remain no, I don't think so. I drew it the right way. Let me just. Yeah, I forgot how I drew it. I drew it in the general chat. You can pull up a chart from there, but it basically this we are currently retesting the mid of the channel. So this is there is a very good confluence here. That is why I'm looking to long. And if we do go like around the golden pocket level, where is our trend line, I can look to do the DCA. But we don't want to lose the trend line. That's the main goal. Okay, we don't want to lose the trend line, and we want to look for higher. If you see the prior chart as well, like such as this stuff, you don't have any major um, resistance except this level. Before that level, you don't really have the major resistance. So even if you're taking your first TP around 51, you're still going up with a 2.65 hour. So I think that's a good risk to reward ratio, and I would love to bet on that. That's why I'm taking this hype long. Just loving the chart here. Of course, the Bitcoin is also looking bullish in my according to my TA, so it doesn't hurt to be in some altcoins long, which I like. Okay, that is my opinion on the hype. I can go in more depth, like such as this. You can see this is also a major resistance support we are retesting, because this was your range. Now you are entering in a big range. Okay, so like you were ranging. You did a breakdown. You were going up. You rejected from this range high, and then you're finally reclaiming this range. So we can again come inside this range and do breakout and go higher. That's why I'm also saying this is a very important level. Moreover, this. Uh, yeah, moreover this level, which is like very sorry, yeah, this imbalance, I mean, because you also have the high here, sorry, the resting liquidity here, and you also have the imbalance. So this, if you even if you're taking a TP here, I don't think so that's a bad idea. As I said, it's a 2.6, 2.7 or 2.65 hour trade. I don't think so it's bad. This is where you should be looking to take your first TP, and possibly look for shorts as well, scalps and intradays, and maybe swing. Do not go with the major size, and add size as the trade goes on. But yeah, that's my overall look. Okay. Let me know, guys. If let me know, Arlik, or maybe you, Dan, if you want me to look at the charts. Otherwise, I don't have much to add, to be honest. For me, I'm only looking higher at the Bitcoin, considering the strength despite the war news. Mm-hmm. Like what you have been looking lately, bro? Are you trading, or you're on a break completely? Trading small size, that, yeah, it's good. Are you like following anybody, or like being completely on your own? Or are you learning from someone? How's things have been? Trading have been hard. Like, don't get me wrong, but like last 2 to 3 months have been really hard when it comes to the technicals and the Bitcoin. I mean, even though we had a range, but trust me, trading the range is really hard if you don't have a proper psychology. And with all the news and everything, the price is approaching to the resistance. You are getting the good news. You are thinking that we are going to do the breakout of the range, but we never do that breakout of the range. And what happens is that we end up just rejecting from the range highs, and the long get stopped out. Now, I know the general rule is to trade the range until the range gets broken, but like these news fucks up your mind, your psychology. So it really gets hard. Like even if the Bitcoin, if even if I show you how the news have been affecting the TA. So when the price came to the naked point of control, okay, so you were in this small mini range, okay? So the breakout of this range happened because Iran announced that they are opening the Strait of Hormuz. That's why the breakout of this range occurred. So when you came to the naked point of control, they announced that now they're closing the Strait of Hormuz again. Like, what the hell? You just opened it like 9 hours ago. Why are you closing it again? I don't know, but they did it, and you can see the dump happen. And now we are seeing a pump because there are news that Iranian delegation and JD Vance is coming to the Pakistan, and they're gonna have this whole negotiation talks and what the fuck. So this is the this is bad stuff. When you have news like these upon your head, it gets very hard to trade properly because yesterday our Solana trade, which got stopped out, it was a pretty good trade, and we got stopped out, and my stop loss were around this low, and we got stopped out because this entire news came in about the about like whatever the fuck that is happening in the world right now, and now we are pumping again. Great. So it's very hard. Okay, it's hurting. It's hurting. Yeah, but in the end, we're a human being, right? Our mindset gets hurt. So there are news that uh, Parliament Speaker of the Iran traded on the Bloomberg or something before he made the statement about the Strait of Hormuz being open. Like there's an X page called Kobe AC or whatever their name is. They posted about this shit. Like imagine your enemy is making money out of your stock market. Just imagine that, bro. This is so fucking fucked up. Yeah, I don't know, man. Your enemy making money from your own stock market. That's how bad things are for America right now. It seems. Yeah. Anyways, I don't have much to talk about. Like, I hope this ends this whole situation. But again, we're in a bear market. The bear market. I posted this even on the X as well. That you uh, let me look at this chart. I posted on my X as well that in bear market, uh, your price action is not the thing that gets you in the bear market. It's the news mostly. Bitcoin short. Yeah, that's a good shot. I think maybe you wanna. I like it, to be honest. Maybe have your stop loss a bit higher. But overall, I agree with you. I think that's good. Like it. I think it's good. Just have your stop loss a bit wider. Otherwise, I do think it's a good trade. I also like your TP. I also have a similar point of view on the Bitcoin as well, so I'm not surprised. It's fine. For the Ethereum, I'm also looking to build mega short from like 3000 or the 2700 levels. Yeah. Trade, and I don't trade altcoins that much. I don't like to trade them. I don't think so. They're worth the time, just the hype, because I have been really living the hype price action. That's why I'm taking a trade on the hype. Otherwise, I'm not. I don't trade the altcoins. I try to stick to the Bitcoin. I have a good edge around it. I have been making good money with the Bitcoin, but like this month and the last to last month have been a bit rough. They were not closed in the negative, so of course we are good. As long as we are profitable, that's what it matters. Of course, it would be good if we hit our target. Well, the situation on the Ape does not really look good if you ask me. Ave. So that's that's the level you want to reclaim on the Ave before things starts to get better. But you know what the hell is this? This is really bad. I don't even know how we're gonna surpass this. This is huge amount of single prints. It would be very hard for Ave to go higher. We will see a lot of pullbacks. This stuff is bad. Despite Bitcoin being bullish, the Ave is in negatives. That's not a good sign. What I would like to see is see the reclaim, which we are already doing, and once we do it, we can look for the longs. Um, yeah, something like this. If I go on a 1 hour time frame, what you want to see is that you want to see a closing above this level, and once we do closing above this level, a proper closing, you want to wait for the retest into this level and then target the higher. Okay. You want to do a retest of something like this. You can have a stop loss a bit lower. Something like this you want to see on the AVE. Stop the chart. Oh, yeah, my bad. Used to pronounce it as AVE, so yeah, I have that in my mind. You take any partials yet on this? I have taken partials on this. I have taken, I believe, one partial. Yeah, I have taken one partial on this. I took this trade on the X. As I said, I didn't share it inside the group because I was in the already in the Ethereum trade. And then I also took the Solana because I was really interested in. I was really bullish on the price action, but I did not expect this fuckery to happen yesterday. So we got stopped out at the Solana, the stop loss, and the Ethereum was stopped at the break even. But this Bitcoin long held up really good, and it's doing really good. Let's see where this goes up. I do expect higher. I do think that 80K is very much possible. Anyways, guys, I think that's it for me. I don't have much to add. I'll see you in the next stream on the Thursday. Or I don't know, man. I also don't keep up with the altcoins. I only trade the Bitcoin. Only the hype is the one I'm interested in. You can keep an eye on this altcoin called not Rave, but Zack. It's doing really good. I have heard. Yeah, the price action of the Zack is also good. Let me check out. I was in this mega short. Yeah, this was the short I was talking about in in my stream, and this short have been good, but now it's looking good as we are bouncing from this imbalance. So you can look for potential longs. No, bro, I don't like the BCH. It's so really hard to trade the BCH price action. Yeah, BCH is not for me. Not for me. I will stick to the shit coins like these, but I'm not gonna trade the BCH. That's not for me, man. I avoid doing the spot that much nowadays, especially after this uh 10 on 10 10th October incident. I try to avoid the spot, to be honest. Yeah, not really interested in this price action. Look at this. What the hell is this, man? Yeah, thank you for the suggestion though. I will place the alerts. Disgusting short term. Yeah, this is bad. I don't think so. I want to add this coin in my long term. If I be honest with you, but if you want a level, I can give you a level. I would be interested in this level. I think that's a pretty good level. This monthly level you have here, the line I marked out, yeah, I think that's a pretty good level. On the daily monthly time frame, you have a monthly level. You also have a weekly order block here. So if you want to add for the spot, you can look at around the 304 for a major spot buy. Again, if you want to, I'm not really bullish on the fundamentals. Spots are moreover based on the fundamentals, if you ask me. Hmm. Yeah. Anyways, guys, have a great day. I see you on the Wednesday stream. Oh, sorry, the Thursday stream. I do the stream every Monday and the Thursday. Let me just drop the stream link for you guys if you want to make it to the Thursday stream. And I also do the Monday stream for the Bitcoin update. But again, there was nothing much to talk about the Bitcoin as I am still following the same plan as the yesterday's, not the yesterday's, but the last week stream. So I wish we could have made a new plan, but I'm sticking to my old idea that I'm expecting higher, and I would love to see the higher prices. Cheers, guys. Have a great day. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you, Arlik. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Anne, for joining in. Bye.